Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Fariezha Syahierah. I'm 12 years old. As of now, I'm studying in SK BALABAN JAYA in class 6 Nocturne. I am participating in Nilam competition for primary school category. Today, I will introduce you 5 books that I have read and pick one that is my personal favorite. Along the way, I will walk you through the characters, the values, and what are the impact of the story and how it changed the way I view my life. The first book that I want to share is this one, To Catch a Mermaid by Suzanne and Selfors, published in 2007 by Scholastic. This book contains 245 amazing adventures between two siblings, Boom and Mitchell, who lost their mother when they were still child. Categorized as fictional book, it tells us about an adventure that they had when they found an actual living mermaid that could grant wishes. Things starting to take turn when strange things happen when they decide not to return the mermaid back to the sea. This book taught me not to be greedy, and also if you love something, you have to let it go. If it comes back to you, make sure it is not cursed magical creators. I got really amused by the fact that this book is humorous and entertaining to the last page. I discovered my second book by browsing through the library's collection of Kevin Emerson, Oliver Nocturne, The Sunlight Slain. I have seen several collections of Kevin Emerson fictional fantasies, but I decided to read this one first before reading the installment later. This one was also published by Scholastic that was in 2008 that tells us about Oliver's long-lost friend Dean, who returned from the dead in a zombie form, who apparently is not trying to eat him or holding any grudges. There were so many questions as to who brought him back and for what purposes. What I learned from this book is that not everything happened for a reason, and sometimes things just happen the way it is. It was fun like reading for me as the languages used were simple and not overly complicated. I have read several short fantasies before, but so far, this one is my favorite. This one will be The Sisters Grimm by Buckley. This book was suggested by my teacher as a light reading because she knows I love short yet adventure story. I suggest if anyone wishes to start reading, this book is a good start. This book tells us about Sabrina and Daphne Grimm, who were sent to live with their grandmother after their parents passed away. Apparently, the sisters were the ancestors of the infamous Grimm brother, who wrote famous fairy tales about magical creatures. These two sisters are now assigned to be a fairy tale detective when they found files that contains cases of magical creatures. It was a roller coaster feeling when they take on a mission to stop the giant from destroying their hometown. This next one is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade by Ryder Windham. I'm sure you have heard about this book before. This book was adapted into a series of movies that features Harrison Ford. This book tells us about John's father, Professor Henry John Sr., goes missing while pursuing the Holy Grail. It was packed with action that give you adrenaline rushes when reading it. Overall, it was an exciting read as the author's style of writing is easy to read and understand. Without further ado, I will now talk about The Village by the Sea by Anita Desai. To me, it is truly an inspirational story for young children. In a small village named Seoul, there lives a poor family of 6 people. Lila and Harry are the eldest children in the family and are also the main characters. Other members are the 2 younger sisters, a mother and a father. In a small village named Seoul, there lives the family condition is terrible as the father does not work but is an alcoholic. Their mother is severely sick, cannot do anything and needs constant care. Lila, who is just 13 years old, has to take charge of the entire household. She is shown to be immature in a very small age. There is a lot of pressure on them due to the constant demand for meeting their needs. Harry decides that he has enough and leaves for Bombay to find work. With Mr. Bonmola's help, Harry becomes very skilled at making and repairing watches. After a while, however, Harry begins to miss his family and decides to go back to Seoul. When he gets home, we find that his mother's condition has improved and that his father is slowly beginning to recover from his alcoholism. He starts a small business raising animals and thinks about using what he learned from Mr. Panwala to open his own pottery shop in the village. The story ends on a hopeful note with the family situation finally beginning to improve. I really love the book because the main message of the story is to persevere in the face of hardship and take advantage of every opportunity to make a better life while also helping others who are less fortunate. The story has taught me everyone can get out of poverty with a little bit of hard work and luck combined. From the story, I believe that luck will come along the way. As a student, I believe that everyone can achieve great things if they are willing to believe in themselves. Like Harry, he was forced to leave his village to find better opportunity to support his family. As you know, luck will come along the way. As a student, I believe he will not achieve anything by staying in the same position forever. The next thing that I learned is that change and adaptation are not easily done, especially with older generation, but they are necessary to keep going. The world is become more industrialized and in which skilled labor is increasingly replacing agriculture as a way of making a living. It has taught me that in order for you to survive in current economic hardship, you need to have multi-set of skills and the ability to adapt through constant change. Like Harry, he was forced to leave his village to find a better opportunity to support his family, as he knows he will not achieve anything by staying in the same position forever. The second values that I have learned, despite their young age, they learn how to take care of the house, how to manage their resources, and how to handle money. This is not an easy task for a children with such age. I find that not everyone will have similar opportunity and privilege to have a normal childhood. Some are forced to grow up quickly and take responsibilities. I have learned that it is important for us to take role in helping our parents however we can. Therefore, after reading this book, I find that the harder you work to make your life better with several obstacles, everyone can achieve their dream. I heartily recommended this book as it taught me a lot of things in life cannot be achieved if you decide to stay and refuse to change your situation. That is all for me. Thank you.